can you believe it is a month until Christmas? A month. And I think this time of year, there's all the parties. We can do it this year. There's the events, there's the gatherings, there's the alcohol, there's the food. And by the time we get to Christmas, we're kind of done with eating and drinking, and yet we carry on over the Christmas season. And then we get to January and just feel like shit. Let's be honest. We feel like shit. So why don't we make this year different? And I'd like to give you some suggestions on how you can actually control what you put in your mouth effectively, food or drink, or even spending money. You can actually apply this to spending money over the next month. And here's how you do it. You plan ahead of time. You make a decision at least 24 hours ahead of the event. So the event could be going shopping for presents. The event could be the Christmas party. It could be Christmas Day itself. But you decide ahead of time what you're going to eat and what you're going to drink. And what we're doing here is, when we're planning ahead, when we're thinking to the future, we are using our prefrontal cortex. Your prefrontal cortex is what makes you you. It enables you to think rationally, plan ahead of time, look to the future. It will give you the best advice. Your primal brain your prefrontal cortex will always serve you. Whereas when you leave it to the moment, or the day of, or when you stood at the bar or the buffet table, you're working from your primal brain. And your primal brain loves dopamine, and it's going to want you to just keep going and going and going, which is why we feel like we can't stop. I can't stop is a lie that your brain tells you in order to keep getting that dopamine hit. So you can plan to have 5 glasses of Prosecco, 2 cocktails, and stick to that. five glasses of Prosecco and 2 cocktails. You could decide to have 30 pints of beer. You could decide to have 2 pieces of cake, or 3 desserts, or the packet of biscuits. You could decide that ahead of time. And it's not so much what you decide to have, it's making that decision very consciously and very deliberately. How do I want to feel? What do I actually want to drink? Do I really want to eat a whole packet of biscuits or 2 servings of dessert? So being very conscious and very deliberate about what you want to eat and drink is you controlling your cravings. And then when the time comes, you just honour that decision. So if you've decided to have 5 Proseccos and 2 cocktails, you have 5 Prosecco and 2 cocktails, and then you deal with the urge and experience the urge to have more. You just sit with that and allow it to be in your body. You don't continue drinking. The same with a dessert. If you decide to have 1 dessert, 1 slice of cheesecake, or 1 bit of Christmas pudding with 2 dollops of ice cream, you have that, and then you stop. And you process and deal with the urge to eat more. This is you starting to get control of your cravings. It's the same with the money. If you decide you're going to spend £100 on each person, you spend £100 on each person, and you deal with the discomfort or the urge to spend more. Because when the time comes, your primal brain is going to want to do more. It's going to want the dopamine hit, the dopamine hit, the dopamine hit. Give me more, give me more, give me more. And when you haven't made that decision ahead of time, it could be like, what do I do? Do I have 1? Do I have 2? I've had 10, do I have 20? When you've made the decision ahead of time, you can just quieten all of that down. You go, it's okay. We don't need to make the decision right now. We've decided this is what we're having. I'm going to really enjoy it, and then I'm going to stop. That is the decision I made. And 2 things happen when you do this for yourself. 1, you learn to start controlling your cravings. And the second, you learn to have a little bit of trust and respect for yourself. This is you building trust in your decision making. You're going to make a decision that really you know best serves your body, and you know what that is. And so you're just going to stick with that decision knowing that it was the best advice. So I'll just recap. You decide ahead of time, at least 24 hours, what you're going to eat or drink or spend. Very consciously and very deliberately. What do I truly want to put into my body? How much do I truly want to spend? And then when the time comes, you honour that decision. You stick to that decision, and you process and learn to experience the emotions that come up after it, knowing that you can experience them, you can breathe into them, you can count to 90, and they're going to disappear. It will not last. So try it over the next couple of weeks leading up to Christmas. Is the perfect opportunity to practice this skill. Over Christmas, the perfect opportunity to practice taking 5 heroes out of the heroes tin and leaving the rest. Just try and see how much more respect you have for yourself when you've honoured that decision, and how much better you'll feel, because when you make that decision using your prefrontal cortex, you're going to decide ahead of time the best thing that serves your body. You know how much you want to drink and how much you want to eat and how much you want to spend. You know that. Let's listen to it and make that decision ahead of time. Good luck. Have an amazing week. Bye.